Welcome to Creative Intuition Tarot. My name is MJ and this is your September career, business and creative projects pick a card reading. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. For the tarot deck of your choice, I will be doing a Celtic Cross on your career, business, creative project situation, and then we will close it off with some messages from the universe for some positive affirmations and thoughts, okay? I think the shortest intro I've recorded so far, so with that being said, let's jump straight into it and let's start with deck number 1. So if you've chosen deck number 1, let's do one more shuffle for you. The Wheel of Fortune, as I split the deck. I'm taking it as a good sign for you, sign of good fortune. So let's see, the first card, okay, that is you. What's crossing you? What's stopping, what's blocking you, what's a roadblock, a showstopper in your career, business, creative project situation. Okay, one flipped over, so we have the Page of Swords that is crossing you, flipped over. Recent, most relevant past that brought you where you are today. And the most relevant nearest future. What's your conscious perception of your situation? So how do you perceive it? What do you think? What's the subconscious influence on you or subconscious energies? You have the Seven of Clubs flipped over. Now what is your challenge? Your advice? And most probable outcome for you. So two cards flipped over as we were laying out the spread. You have the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So that is the card of resting, deep meditation, planning, okay? It may be after a time of some kind of a heartache, hardship, after the Three of Swords, a card of withdrawal deep into your inner self, your inner space, to think, plan, strategize, think what the next steps will be for you, okay? So giving this a very diligent thought in a place of peace, okay, and making the decisions and plans from the place of healing, resting, and peace as well. So let's see, you show up as, nice, well, you show up as the Ace of Swords. So every ace is always about a potential, a new beginning, okay, pure condensed energy of the particular suit. So in this case, to me, this is like a condensed energy of the purity of mind, clarity of mind, truth. This is a realization of some kind, a new opening in your mind space. Your vision widens, okay? You may be turning your attention to something career, business related or creative projects you have not considered before. Interestingly, because you only have swords for now and one card of clubs, but other than that we have Four of Swords, we have Ace of Swords, and even what's crossing you is the Page of Swords. So there's some deep thinking happening or will be happening in September for you. So the Page of Swords, you know, every page is always a vibe of a new beginning or a fresh perspective. It can be a message, but it is something of an apprentice vibe, a beginner, young-hearted, or like a youthful spirit, inquisitive mind with the Page of Swords, seeking information or maybe even spying, but very curious. Okay, you show up as the Ace of Swords, so you have that new opening within your mind space, but then that fresh perspective is also blocking you. So perhaps there's some kind of I don't want to say fear, but maybe you are so surprised with the new perspective, with the clarity you gain, some kind of an awakening, or like a revelation. So on one hand, I feel it's kind of thrilling with the Ace of Swords, but on the other hand, it stops you. Maybe you think it's, I don't know, maybe you think it's immature, with the page energy that can symbolize someone of a younger age, or something you're not experienced enough with that beginner apprentice, and hence you are in the Four of Swords space to think that through. Okay, recent most relevant past, you have the King of Coins. So there is an entrepreneur business mindset out there, whether you are a business owner or not. Okay, the King of Coins is all about, well, first of all, it's a provider energy, someone who builds and maintains security for others as well. It's like a father figure caring for the family. It doesn't have to be related to your family, but it is the provider nature. Even when it's a boss, it's someone who really takes care of their people too. That's competence, but competence that is coming from experience, right? This is leadership, someone rational who manages money well. Now, with the King energy, every king is representing the air energy. So again, there is a vibe of that air, that intellect, mental level of consciousness. Every king symbolizes vision. They're visionary, they are mature, experienced. It's some kind of a mastery, okay? Authority. You may have gone through a promotion. You may have actually created a business in the recent past, or achieved some kind of success, including material success. As I said, someone well managing money, but someone who already has stable financial grounds as well. This is someone who sees opportunities everywhere, the King of Coins. So perhaps you have actually noticed some kind of an opportunity in the past that now is impacting you, so that you show up as the Ace of Swords. There's some kind of a new idea or new vision that is birthing in you. Can be related to creative projects or maybe some kind of investments, but at the same time that fresh idea is blocking you for whatever reason. We will clarify. Three of Cups in your most relevant nearest future, so that's celebration, that's success. So I feel you may actually move towards that new perspective. I feel you may need to give it a little time to maybe get a little more information with the Page of Swords. Maybe it's about you who needs to be a little bit more inquisitive, get some more information, seek to know more about this new idea before you approach it. But there is success, there is celebration, something you celebrate with others. That's friendship as well. So you may be entering a business with someone as well. You may be inviting perhaps someone of a friend nature to you, to your business or to your workspace. How you perceive the situation, see, you have another page. This time we have the Page of Cups. So again, that is that apprentice beginner vibe. But with the Page of Cups, this is about the emotional level of our consciousness. It's about openness. It's about creativity, being inspired by almost everything that surrounds you. I said the King of Coins sees opportunities everywhere. This guy is inspired by almost everything. This is a dreamer nature. And this is your perception. So I feel that you actually, you are inspired by this new thought. It makes you feel emotionally refreshed. It gives you fresh enthusiasm, like you are emotionally open. It's just your logical mind makes you assess the situation a little deeper. Hence you are in the Four of Swords. Look at this, there's Six of Swords right beneath. So after the time of deep thinking, there will be a process of moving away, or this is a process of moving away from like disturbed waters, disturbed, stressed thoughts to the peace waters. So peaceful thoughts, but peaceful emotions as well, right? Now your subconscious or not realized energy that is impacting you is the Seven of Clubs, and that is, well, it can be an energy of fighting for something or protecting it. The card that is before, the Six of Clubs, is about victory. So it may be that, you know, you have achieved certain level of success and others now want what you have. It may be a vibe of protecting, because this is a subconscious energy that impacts you, something that you don't realize, or it's not on the first plane of your thought. I think the Page of Swords may be like blocking you or crossing you a little bit, because internally you're protecting yourself from that new something, just because you're uncertain if this is the right direction to pursue. Like emotionally it makes you enthusiastic. It may be a complete change in your career, for example, or a complete new market for your business. Okay, so like internally you may be a little defensive about it, because, well, obviously if you're showing up as the King of Coins, there's certain stability already for you in your career, business, creative project, so you don't want to put it at risk, which is quite understandable. Now your challenge is the Four of Coins. So the Four of Coins is a card of budgeting. It is assessing resources, but it is also about over-attachment to resources of whatever kind. It may be your energy, time, it may be your money. But it is like, sometimes it is a vibe of being greedy and just stocking stuff just to have them, but not using them for any future purpose, okay? You may be too attached to the previous version of you, of your business. It is secure. It gives you that financial stability, and your business, for example, is stable on the market, or you have a stable, some kind of a managerial position in your workplace with the King. And you're attached to it. Well, you don't want, I said, you may be in that self-defense mode because you don't want to put what you have at risk, but at the same time, that new beginning, that new thought, new vision is giving you a lot of fresh and very curious and open enthusiasm. Your advice is the Seven of Cups. So that is about dreaming. That is about visions, visualizing, choosing options. Okay, sometimes it may be illusion, but I don't feel it that way when it is your advice. I think this card says dream big. So don't put any boundaries on your dreams. If you can dream it, you can make it. You may need preparation time. Maybe it's not the time yet to take this new idea, like straight up dive into it. But dream big. Don't give up on your dreams. If it gives you emotional happiness, and you have Seven Cups here, so it's moving towards, you know, more and more cups, more and more emotional fulfillment. So maybe you should give it a try. But definitely don't give up on your dreams. What it also tells me is be in tune with your emotions. Like, allow yourself to fully understand how you feel about this situation, because that will guide you. The moment you realize how you feel about it will help you determine, do you really want this, or is it just a temporary desire? Okay, your most probable outcome, you have the Page of Clubs. So we have the third page. There is a refreshment, there is a new opening, there is that apprentice, new beginner vibe. I feel you're going to go into this, whatever that new thing is. You may still give it a time with those Four of Swords that we had at the bottom of the deck as the overall energy. You may still be in the thinking mode for some time, but with the Page of Clubs, I feel you are going to give it a shot, because this is about our passions, right? The Page of Clubs is about great and fiery and passionate enthusiasm. This is putting talent into work as well. This is someone who can be of like a demonstrative nature, someone who likes to show off. I feel you're going to actually get into this something like head on. okay? But you will take preparation time. If this is about your creative projects, again, you may be thinking about something that is completely unusual to you, but you have some kind of a vision with the Ace of Swords. So you will work on that vision to bring it to even further clarity. You will seek information, you will examine the situation, research, but you will get into this in a very fiery and passionate way. And there's great and renewed and young-hearted enthusiasm. So that's awesome. Let's close it off with some messages from the universe for you. I really like this reading for you. It's very positive. It's very positive, and it also tells me that you're cautious about your situation. You're putting diligent, thinking process into it, which is amazing, because it means you're not making hasty choices. Okay, and one more. This one flew out the deck. Let's see what you have. Life is as magical as you make it. The world is full of magic. Absolutely. Life is as magical as you make it. So it's yours to create. Just be your own unique, beautiful self. Only you can serve your soul purpose and fulfill your destiny. And the last one for you is fresh air for the win. Absolutely. Beyond the boundaries of time and space, there are limitless waters of creation. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope you found useful and inspiring information in your reading. Now I will move to deck number 2. So if you chose deck number 2, let's do one more shuffle for you. And let's see what's in store for you for your career, business, creative projects, September 2021. The first card represents you, and then we will be pulling all the other cards for the Celtic Cross spread. Let's see the first. I like when at least the first one jumps out, because as I said, it represents you. Okay, this one stayed in my fingers, so this is you. This is what's crossing you. Now the most relevant recent past that brought you where you are here. And the most relevant nearest future. How you perceive your situation, your conscious view of your situation. Okay, this one flipped over. You have the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. Now subconscious or unrealized impact, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. Your challenge, your advice, and the most probable outcome. So at the bottom of the deck, that's interesting. At the bottom of the deck you have the Five of Pentacles, which is typically, well, this deck says worry. This is a card of loss, not having enough, some kind of poverty, scarcity, okay, being left out in the cold, maybe being abandoned by someone, left out without resources. So that's interesting. We'll see what the other card says. But it's like there are two people, because sometimes the Five of Coins makes me think of missing someone who's far away. But we have those two people here. But it's like one is sleeping, but the other is sitting and worrying. It may be like your business partner perhaps, or your life partner. It's like they sleep while you worry. Maybe you are not telling something that worries you to your business partner. Maybe there has been a loss of some kind in your business. Maybe you are keeping your family safe and not telling them that perhaps your business or in your workplace you're going through some kind of a hardship. We'll see what the cards say. So let's see how you show up. You show up as the Ten of Cups. So that's interesting. Your overall energy is the Five of Coins, But you are emotionally fulfilled and happy with the Ten of Cups. So that's an interesting combination. You know, this worry may be moving into the past, because we have the Six of Cups right beneath. While this is traditionally a card of reunion, something coming back from the past, okay, some of you out there may be worrying about something from the past, but for others it will mean that the worry is moving to the past, okay? But let's see. So you're showing up as the Ten of Cups. You have emotional fulfillment. This is a card of accomplishment as well. It can be monetary success. It is some kind of an abundance, primarily on an emotional level, but in a business reading it can mean an overflow of financial success as well. It may be an overflow of good ideas, creativity, you know, inflow of clients, your business growing, okay? But then what's crossing you have the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, Knight of Fire. So this is fire of fire. It doesn't get any more fiery than this. Every knight is about bravery, movement, expansion, progress, okay? This particular knight is about passion, being decisive, maybe impatient, strong personality, charisma. It may be a person that is actually blocking your emotional fulfillment, some kind of happiness. It may be your business partner. It may be your boss who is perhaps blocking your ideas. Someone is blocking a decision-making process for some. For some of you, your impatience is blocking you. Because all you need to do is wait for the right time for things to, well, come to fruition with the Ten of Cups. So your own impatience may be holding you back and putting you into a place of worry, perhaps because things are not moving as quick as you would expect them to, okay? And that even makes sense because you have the Princess of Wands in your conscious perception of the situation. So this is the Page of Wands, right? This is all about that apprentice, new beginner, young-hearted. You have some great enthusiasm there. You may want to put your talent into practice. You may want to, you know, start something. It's like perhaps you've been working on something and now you want to go public with it. You want to demonstrate what you have created. That is your conscious thinking process, okay? But for some reason, similar energy with the fiery wands is stopping you. It may be an actual idea that you want to, or something already material that you may want to present, go public with. For others, it's just that enthusiasm for something new, for a new opening, that apprentice vibe that I said. But at the same time, your impatience is stopping you. For others, you know, because this is a young-hearted energy, and this is already a little bit matured with the Knight that already has made some progress. You may be, you know, your young-hearted self is enthusiastic about something, but your more mature self is saying, hey, stop, maybe you don't have enough experience in this, you have not researched it enough, so it's stopping you, okay? It will be different for everyone. But then in your unrealized energy influence, you have the Wheel of Fortune, so luck is on your side. The wheel is turning in your favor, but you may not realize it because the wheel, you know, it's turning in like cosmic pace, right? This is not the timing that we can measure with our human sense of timing. So that's why the impatience also shows up, because you may be, you know, it's very fiery, so you want to act, you want to move quickly towards that emotional fulfillment in your work, maybe a promotion, okay? And things are not happening as quick as you would want them. But with the Wheel of Fortune, things will be turning in your favor, but they need to happen in the right time. There's destiny at play. So things need to happen exactly when they are meant to. Now your most relevant recent past is the Moon. So with the Moon energy, that is some depth of our unconscious. It can be a road of shadow. You may have been moving towards your career, business, or creative projects in some kind of like a lost way. It's like you didn't see clearly, but you have been following your instincts and your intuition. So you may have been navigating an unknown place, but you have been following what you feel is right, okay? It may be illusions, secrets, so that's why that uncertainty and unknown. But the Moon energy is also about facing our deepest fears. So you may have also been working on something that you were not really certain about. Maybe it is that business or creative projects that you have been working on, you know, in your alone time, maybe even in the evenings or at night with the Moon. And you felt uncertainty with coming public with it. But now your conscious perception of the situation is the Page of Fire. So now you want to. Now you want to bring this to light, but something is stopping you. You know, with the Moon, this is also moving towards the light. So you have been moving some progress there. This is also a feminine energy with the Moon, so creative. You really may have been working on something in hiding. Now, in your most relevant nearest future, you have the Strength, which is also sitting in the moonlight, okay? Even though this is full moon, this is not, but still, both of them are sitting in the moonlight. I feel that in your nearest future, you may still not go public with this something, especially that we have worry as the overall energy. There may still be some kind of a delay, okay? The Strength card is asking you to remain persistent, to persevere, to follow your instincts, but trust your instincts, but also choosing your battles. So that's where perhaps the Knight of Wands show up as that energy that is crossing you, blocking you to some extent, because it is with the Lion. Lion is traditionally the animal that is on the Strength card. In this particular deck we have the wolf, but it's like perhaps your own strength is somehow blocking you, because it says choose your battles, but also weigh up your strength, like how strong, how prepared you are to pursue that something that you desire or that you wish to announce, to go public with, as I said. You know, the Strength says be zealous, be loyal to your beliefs, take care of your physical body, of your health. I think you need some more preparation time, some more energy from the Moon, a little more time facing your deepest fears, perhaps for some kind of a healing purpose, a little more time to move towards the light, a little more time with that feminine creative energy, so that the wheel can turn properly. Okay, your challenge, you have the Hierophant in your challenge. That's interesting. So, okay, with the Hierophant, this is some kind of an institution of the sacred, okay? Maybe something about your beliefs being your challenge, because with the Strength I said, you know, be loyal to your beliefs. Maybe some kind of a spiritual authority is of a challenge for you. That would be very specific for someone. But the Hierophant is about education. This is about being committed to constant self-development, permanent self-improvement process, furthering education, meditation, exploring, research, okay? So that's where your challenge may be in. You may be too impatient. You don't want to spend that time in hiding, preparing yourself, expanding what you know about whatever that is that you want to pursue. So learning and education, because perhaps you're too impatient, right? You want to be in that position already. You don't want to spend time waiting and learning. For others, it may be that traditional ways of doing stuff are a challenge for you, because the Hierophant is loyal, he honors traditional ways of doing things. So perhaps this is the eagerness to do something in a new way, in a fresh way with the page, right? But the old ways of doing things, the more mature, the more established, with the Knight of Wands are stopping you. So it may be a challenge there as well. You know, the Hierophant holds the keys to life. He has worked hard to be given the honor to hold them, right? To have those keys. So for a lot of you, the challenge is the time that you need to put into this to really master whatever that is that you want to pursue. Now in your advice, you have the Emperor. Look at this. How many major arcanas you have. The Wheel of Fortune, the most strength, the Hierophant, now the Emperor. The Emperor. Powers is yours to command. This is your time to build your empire, but the Emperor follows reason and intelligence. He's not taking hasty choices. He's strategizing. He's taking his time, right? Because he's doing everything to take care of his empire, to protect it from any threats. This is about taking leadership. It may be about, you know, being in an authority position. Others may be looking to you, some kind of a managerial and owner, business ownership. A male influence can be indicated. Maybe you should search for advice if you have someone of like a father figure. If you're not fully aligned with what you should do, with your perception of what you should do. This is an indomitable spirit, so it says again, it's just next to the Strength card. Persevere and don't give up on your path. Okay? This is your advice, so take the power in your hands. Get into the leader's role. Step up to that leader's role. But think visionary and be far-sighted. So this Emperor, look at this. The Emperor is traditionally depicted as an older man, right? More mature, experienced. In this case, we have a young guy. Made me think immediately of the Page. So your advice is be mature, follow reason and intellect, but maintain that young-hearted spirit that you have. Combine them and build your vision based on that. Okay, your most probable outcome, the Eight of Pentacles. So there's work to be done. That is your outcome. You still need to work on mastering, polishing your skills, becoming better and better with the Hierophant. Commit yourself to your permanent development process. That is a very interesting reading, a very specific, but I hope you found it useful. Let's put some messages from the universe on top of it for you, and we'll close it off. Okay, so I want those two and one more. Let's see what you have. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Trust the song your soul sings. Tune in and sing along. So definitely being in tune with your deepest desires. You are a free spirit, heavily dipped in divine knowing. Trust what you know is true. Follow your instincts, right? With the Strength. You know more than you realize. And the last one says, transformation takes you to another dimension. Don't resist the change. Okay, I hope that you found it useful, and I hope that you had fun during this reading with me, and now I will move to deck number 3. So if you chose deck number 3, let's do one more shuffle and let's see what's in store for you. Career, business, creative projects, September 2021. The first card represents you, and then we will pull out remaining cards. Okay, a lot of cards flew over. The Magician flipped over, and I think this is you, so I'm going to take him, and this card fell off like this, and that's what's crossing you. So the most relevant recent past that brought you where you are here today. The World, beautiful. The most relevant nearest future. Your conscious perception of the situation. What do you think about it? How do you perceive it? You have the 5 of Cups. That's interesting. Unrealized influence, subconscious. Okay, nothing flipped over. What is your challenge? This one for some reason. What is your advice? Your most probable outcome. Two cards, so I will go with both of them. You have the Strength and the 3 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess. So the overall vibe, overall energy for you is about tuning in to your inner wisdom, okay? The High Priestess says that your wisdom is coming from, you know, the earth, the stars, ancient cosmic knowing, okay? This is a very patient and calm energy. She trusts what she knows to be true. So again, that instinct, it may be a business sense, okay? You may have a nose to business or some business deals. The High Priestess says the spiritual happiness comes from time and experience. Similarly, there's some kind of like that deep business sense. As I said, it's like, you know, some people just know where to invest money, for example. They just feel that certain, you know, things will go up in price, for example. So it may be something like this, like almost like a secret knowing that you have, or perhaps you are actually being told some kind of a secret information, okay? With the High Priestess, you show up as the Magician. So you are fueled and motivated by the ability to create. That gives you thrills, and you know that it is all in your hands, and you have all the resources, external and internal, to create, to put your vision into fruition with your own hands, almost. The magic that the Magician does, it's not about abracadabra, creating something out of nothing. The magic that this Magician does is about changing the circumstances by using your will to adjust them to your vision, right? That's the magic of the Magician. He's able to manifest, create abundance. That is also about some natural talent. So as I said, perhaps you just have that business sense, okay? Or natural talent, meaning some kind of creative talents that you have. Especially with the High Priestess, perhaps you are a person of some kind of psychic abilities, clairvoyant perhaps. Artistic vibes as well. Perhaps you are a magician. Maybe you are working in the field of magic, okay? What else about the Magician? Okay, so I said you are really fueled by the ability to create. Seize your magic, okay? Seize your magic and manifest. Now what's crossing you is the Emperor. Look at this. The Magician, you have the World next to it, the High Priestess, Strength showed up, the Emperor. I mean, you are coming in strong in September when it comes to your career, business, creative projects. The Emperor says the powers is yours to command, right? You are building your empire, or it's time for you to do so. Follow your intellect, follow intelligence, reason, strategize, be far-sighted, think about the future. Maybe a father figure. This is crossing you, so somehow it's blocking you. It may be an institution that is blocking you. Okay, you may have some kind of ideas with the Magician you want to create, maybe enhance how things are done in your workplace. Maybe a boss is stopping you with the Emperor, okay? Some kind of an authority figure. Maybe it's your father that is stopping your, I don't know, creative pursuits, okay? So a person of authority, or as I said, institution, okay? Some kind of domination that is blocking you. But the Emperor, okay, it may be someone bossy, it may be someone of a dominating nature, but it may also be some kind of like traditions, values, experience that comes from, I wanted to say experience that comes from experience. Well, just experience, okay? Perhaps someone who's more experienced in the field that you are trying to pursue, maybe they know what they're doing by stopping you, okay? So it doesn't have to be negative. The most relevant recent past for you is the World, so there have been some kind of an accomplishment. It can be graduation, you may have finished your education. Perhaps you want to pursue something artistic, and that's where the father figure comes into play and stops you. Maybe they want a more institutionalized career for you than you are trying to pursue. So some kind of a new opening and maturity that happened in the past, some kind of an achievement or enlightenment. You may have realized what is it that you want to pursue. What else? Finding your place in the world. So again, that enlightenment. I feel a lot of you may have realized what you want to do when it comes to your career, business, or your creative projects. Maybe traveling, maybe you were in a place that inspired you. Achieving some kind of wholeness with the world. Okay. The most relevant nearest future, the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, are you kidding me? This reading is unbelievable. So again, the world is about completions, achievements, closing up a cycle. And the Wheel of Fortune is closing up a cycle and opening a new one. So there was a closure and accomplishment in your past, and in your nearest future you are opening a new one. With the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is turning in your favor. Luck is on your side. That's destiny and fate. So what is destined for you will not pass by you, okay? This is also change. It's about cycles in our life, not fighting our destiny. The wheel is associated with the planet of luck, Jupiter, so I really strongly feel there's prosperity, abundance and luck for you in the future. Some kind of a wish fulfillment as well, I think, for you with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you see those two birds sitting on the wheel. It's like almost makes me think that you will be united with your desire, with what is it that you want when it comes to your career, your job, your creative projects. This is strongly, I think this reading is related to someone who's really pursuing something creative, artistic. Okay, now your conscious perception of the situation is the Five of Cups. This is a card of grieving or of a loss. So I really do think, or like missing something. You see how this owl is looking, makes me think that she's looking at something with melancholy, okay? The Wisdom bird, and we have the High Priestess as your overall energy. I feel that it's almost like your heart or your soul is missing, is grieving this something that you want to pursue but you can't, perhaps because the Emperor is blocking you. Okay, so you're feeling separated from something that brings you joy and happiness, and you feel sad about it. You feel it's like it's a loss for you that you cannot be fully immersed in that something. The influence that you are not aware of, the Eight of Wands. So that's a fast movement. That's momentum. I think the energy is gaining momentum and you're not aware of this. With the Wheel of Fortune that is approaching, with the world that you went through, something is fast approaching, the energy is gaining momentum, there is no obstacles on the way. But with the Wheel of Fortune, everything needs to happen in the right time, divine time, right? So things are moving and they're moving fast. You don't realize this because they may be moving fast on a spiritual level. Wands often represent our spirituality, our passions on that spiritual level. Okay, so this may also be about downloads. With the High Priestess as your overall energy, these may be very intense downloads that you are receiving on a spiritual level, but for some reason you are not aware of them. So you may need to turn into you. Listen to what your soul, what your heart, what your intuition is saying. Your challenge is the Nine of Swords. So you are overthinking. You are deep in your thoughts about this. You are worrying. You are creating bad scenarios. So again, very similar to the Five of Cups. See, they both are looking like with the melancholy into the darkness. I mean, the owl is a bird that can see well during the day as well as the night, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously we primarily think of an owl in the night time. So both of those cards tell me that during the night time you are really deep within your thoughts and you are afraid that you're not going to have that happiness that you deserve when it comes to your, well, I feel your creation. You show up as the magician. It may be obviously that you are trying to create a business. Some kind of institution is stopping you. Maybe you need investment, so there's some kind of wealth that is stopping you. But primarily I feel with the magician, this is about someone who's pursuing creative artistic projects. Your advice is the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight in the deck. Move slowly but be diligent, be patient, okay? Don't look for shortcuts. It says you are on the right path, so keep moving on the path that you are, but move slowly. Don't rush things. What is yours will come, okay? There's destiny. So your advice is to move slowly, move gently, be focused on your destination, on your goal. Don't lose sight of what is it that is your dream, that is your pursuit. The most probable outcome, you have the Strength and you have the Three of Pentacles. So first of all, starting with the Strength card, as the outcome, I feel that's success, that's growth, okay? It's like you are becoming stronger by going through that situation. It may even be about strengthening your knowledge or strengthening your conviction that this is the path you want to pursue. It's about being loyal to your beliefs, and I feel that they are even growing stronger. Your passion for whatever it is that you want to pursue, despite the Emperor, whatever the Emperor is that is blocking you, you are growing even stronger in your passion for it. And you are courageous. You will not stop in pursuing this. But there's wisdom with the Strength as well, being able to control your animal self, your inner fire and passions, ambitions. So I feel as the outcome, you will be able to move slowly and diligently like the Knight of Coins with the Strength. Courageously, but slowly. So taming that inner beast that wants to rush. Now with the Three of Pentacles, that is a card of work. Diligent work that is bringing you appreciation, recognition. So even though it may not be your primary motivator, the recognition comes, whether it's monetary recognition or someone just notices your talent. There's some kind of gratification, appreciation coming. Three of Pentacles can also suggest cooperation, teamwork. So you may be building upon, like with the Strength card, you become a leader of some kind of a movement, or perhaps that business that you are trying to create, people start following you, so you're building a team. And you're doing this with conviction, but you are doing it patiently with the Knight of Coins. I really like this. Let's close it off with some messages from the universe for you. I am pulling out 3 cards for everyone, so let's see what the universe has for you. I want this one, and one more. And this one. Go. Set clear and concise goals and intentions, then release expectations. Open your mind to co-create with the universe and weave a magical creation. Absolutely. I mean, this is a reading for someone who's really pursuing some creative, artistic, or psychic kind of projects, okay? Find your compass. From a place of wisdom, decide what sort of energy you allow into your world and your being. And the last one, synergy. When you flow in alignment with your mind, body, and soul, trusting inner rhythms, movement to circulate energy takes place. So I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that it was useful. If you had good time with me, please consider liking, subscribing. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, as always, please take care of yourself.